is Raquel. This is my latest design. It's the story of Yewa. I'm not going to tell the story of Yewa because that corresponds to your elder, because there are different versions of this story, and you need to make sure that you're hearing the version that corresponds to your Ile and your elders. But I am going to tell you my story. My story is not parallel to Yewa's, but sort of. So I started like this. When I was a kid, I wore a beret. This is back in the 80s. I wore a beret and I covered my eyes like this, because I felt sort of like this, sullen, sunken, wanting to hide from the world, which is what Yewa sort of did when she realized that she had broken a promise, which was to study and to be separate and apart from the rest. And not that I necessarily made a promise, I didn't do that, but a promise was made for me, meaning there were so many expectations on my behalf from my parents, my mother specifically. This is not to bash my mom, this is my story, but she's part of it. And in Yewa's story, Obatala had high hopes for his daughter. And then something happened. In her story, this is where the versions get mixed up. She fell in love, or she felt desire she had never felt before. That part is true. In my family, I was the black sheep. I didn't fit in quite well, and I was alone a lot. And someone showed me affection. Someone showed me attention. He was 10 years older than me. I was 12. He was 22. Why am I sharing this? Because I've tried to tell this story, I don't know how many times, and it doesn't come out. And when I spoke to Shango, who is central in this story, he said, tell your story. And so that's why I'm telling the story at almost 55 years old. So Yewa dealt with the shame of feeling what she felt by asking her father to let her stay at the cemetery for the rest of her life. Some versions say he argued with her or made her feel more shameful. You know how it is, the family dynamic. In my case, my mom never let me forget. But the problem is here that they were placing the blame squarely on me. I was 12. How are you going to place the blame squarely on a 12-year-old? Especially when you're feeling things you've never felt before, and it feels good. Okay, it feels good. Anyway, she never let me forget it, so I always wore a beret to cover my face. That was my cemetery. Anyway, the thing is, here goes, I'm on the healing process. I found orisha. I found ways to look inward, elevate myself, and here I am at almost 55, willing and able to share this story without crying, without feeling a certain way. It happens. So you didn't live up to the expectation, and sometimes you need to go into the cemetery and be alone with your thoughts and with your, and all that, and then you grow. She stayed there. I mean, there are people who receive you when you're in this state, in this low sunken state. There are people there who will receive you and who will nurture you, because when she went to the cemetery, Oba was there, Oja was there, Those are pretty interesting and important women to have in your life. I hope that if this happened to you, you find an oba or an oba and an oja waiting for you at the cemetery to help heal you. But I hope also that you are able to grow, think, introspect. I hope I said that right. Grow and come out of it and find a way to express it. This is how I chose to express it. I made a t-shirt. I mean, not a t-shirt, a sweatshirt with roses because she was Obatala's favorite rose or favorite flower. I just decided to illustrate it as a rose. And it has hearts, and then it has her icon. Now, mind you, I put this more than on a sweatshirt. It's on. I have a coat, which I'll show here. I have a blouse. I have a lot of things that have this on it, so you could express it the way you want to. I even have the shoes. And this is not about selling stuff. This is about expressing stuff. Now, if you happen to resonate with what I'm saying, and you say, you know what, that's my story too. Let me help this chick out. I mean, she made it through it. Go ahead, wear it, buy it. But if you don't want to, and the only thing you get out of this is if she made it, I can make it, then I did my job. I did my job. Ashe.